Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm going to go into part 3, Enoch 3 today, starting with chapter 22. I'm just going to get straight into it, so here we go. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the Prince Present, said to me, what is the distance between one bridge and another? 12 myriads of parasangs. Their ascent is 12 myriads of parasangs, and their descent is 12 myriads of parasangs. Suppose like a step pyramid. The distance between the rivers of dread and the rivers of fear is 22 myriads of parasangs. Between the rivers of hail and the rivers of darkness, 36 myriads of parasangs. Between the chambers of lightnings and of the clouds of compassion, 42 myriads of parasangs. Between the clouds of compassion and the macabre, 84 myriads of parasangs. Between the macabre and the cherubim, 148 myriads of parasangs. Between the cherubim and the ophanim, 24 myriads of parasangs. Between the ophanim and the chambers of chambers, 24 myriads of parasangs. Between the chambers of chambers and the holy Cheof, 40,000 myriads of parasangs. Between one wing of the Cheof and another 12 myriads of parasangs. And the breadth of each one wing is that the same measure, and the distance between the holy Cheof and the throne of glory is 30,000 myriads of parasangs. And from the foot of the throne to the seat there is 40,000 myriads of parasangs. And the name of him that sitteth on it, let the name be sanctified. And the arches of the bow are set above the Araboth, and they are 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000s of parasangs high. The measure is after the measure of Irin and Kadishin, watchers and holy ones, as it is written, my bow I have set in the cloud. It is not written here, I will set, but I have set, i.e., already. Clouds that surround the throne of glory. And his clouds pass by, the angels of hail turn into burning coal. And the fire of the voice goes down from by the holy Cheof, and because of the breath of that voice they run to another place, fearing lest it command them to go, and they return, lest it injure them for the other side. Therefore they run and return, and these arches of the bow are more beautiful and radiant than the radiance of the sun during the summer solstice. And they are whiter than a flaming fire, and they are great and beautiful. Above the arches of the bow are the wheels of the ophanim. Their height is 1,000, 10,000 times 10,000 units of measure after the measure of the seraphim and the troops, the Gedadim. So just quickly wonder if that's talking about the circles of heaven when it was talking about these myriads of parasangs, but I don't know. Anyway, let's carry on. Chapter 23. The winds blowing under the wings of the Chebim. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the Prince of Presence, said to me, there are numerous winds blowing under the wings of the cherubim. There blows the brooding wind, as it is written, and the wind of God is brooding upon the face of the waters. There blows the strong wind, as it is said, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night. There blows the east wind, as it is written, the east wind brought the locusts. There blows the wind of quails, as it is written, and there went forth a wind from the Lord and brought quails. That was when Moses was in the desert. There blows wind of jealousy, as it is written, and the wind of jealousy came upon him. There blows the wind of earthquake, as it is written, and after that wind of earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. There blows the wind of H, as it is written, and he carried me out by the wind of H, and set me down. There blows the evil wind, as it is written, and the evil wind departed from him. There blow the wind of wisdom, and the wind of understanding, and the wind of understanding, and the wind of knowledge, and the wind of fear of H. As it is written, and the wind of H shall rest upon him, and the wind of wisdom and understanding, and the wind of counsel and might, and the wind of knowledge and of the fear. There blows the wind of rain, as it is written, the north wind bringeth forth rain. There blows the wind of lightnings, as it is written, he maketh lightnings, for the rain bringeth forth the wind out of his treasuries. There blows the wind, breaking the rocks, as it is written, the Lord passed by, a great and strong wind, rent the mountains, and brake in pieces the rocks before the Lord. There blows the wind of assuagement of the sea, as it is written, and God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. There blows the wind of wrath, as it is written, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the four corners of the house, and it fell. There blows the storm wind, as it is written, storm wind fulfilling his word. And Satan is standing among these winds, for storm wind is nothing else but Satan, and all these winds do not blow but under the wings of the cherubim, as it is written. And he rode upon the cherub, and did fly, yea, and he flew swiftly upon the wings of the wind. And where go all these winds? Scripture teaches us that they go from under the wings of the cherubim, and descend on the globe of the sun, as it is written. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about to the north. It tummeth about continually in its course, and the wind 14 returneth again to its circuits. And from the globe of the sun they return and descend upon the rivers and the seas, upon the mountains and upon the hills, as it is written. For lo, he that formeth the mountains and created the wind. And from the mountains and hills they return and descend to the seas and the rivers, and from the seas and the rivers they return and descend upon the cities and provinces. And from the cities and provinces they return and descend into the garden, and from the garden they return and descend, as it is written, walking in the garden in the wind of day. And in the midst of the garden they join together and blow from one side to the other, and are perfumed with the spices of the garden, even from the remotest parts, until they separate from each other, and filled with scent and of pure spices, they bring their odour from the remotest parts of Eden, and the spices of the garden to the righteous and godly who are in the time to come shall inherit the garden of Eden, and the tree of life, as it is written. Awake, O north wind, and come thou south, blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved come into this garden and eat this precious fruits. Chapter 24. The different chariots of the Holy One, blessed be he. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, prince of presence, the glory of all heaven, said to me, Numerous chariots has the Holy One, blessed be he. He has the chariots of the cherubim, as it is written, and he rode upon the cherub and did fly. He has the chariots of wind, as it is written, and he flew swiftly upon the wings of the wind. He has the chariots of the swift cloud, as it is written, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. He has the chariots of clouds, as it is written, lo, I come unto thee in a cloud. He has the chariots of the altar, as it is written, I saw the Lord standing on the altar. He has the chariots of Ribbotaim, as it is written, the chariots of God are Ribbotaim, thousands of angels. He has the chariots of the tent, as it is written, and the Lord appeared in the tent in a pillar of cloud. He has the chariots of the tabernacle, as it is written, and the Lord spake unto him out of the tabernacle. He has the chariots of the mercy seat, as it is written. Then he heard the voice speaking unto him from the mercy seat. He has the chariots of sapphire stone, as it is written, and there was under his feet, as it were, paved work of sapphire stone. He has the chariots of eagles, as it is written, I bear you on eagles' wings. Eagles literally are not meant here, but they fly swiftly as eagles. He has the chariots of shout, as it is written, God is gone up with a shout. He has the chariots of Araboth, as it is written, extol him that rideth upon the Araboth. He has the chariots of thick clouds, as it is written, who maketh the thick clouds his chariot. He has the chariots of the Chaoth, as it is written, and the Chaoth ran and returned. They run by permission and return by permission, for Shekinah is above their heads. He has the chariots of wheels, as it is written, and he said, Go in between the whirling wheels. Lie has the chariots of the swift cherub, as it is written, riding on a swift cherub. And at the time when he rides on a swift cherub, he sets one of his feet upon him, for he sets the other foot upon his back. He looks through 18,000 worlds at one glance, and he discerns and sees into them all, and knows what is in all of them. And then he sets down another foot upon him, according as it is written, round about 18,000. Whence do we know that he looks through every one of them every day? It is written, He looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if any would they understand that did seek after God. He has the chariots of the Ophanim, as it is written, and the Ophanim were full of eyes round about. He has the chariots of the holy throne, as it is written, God sitteth upon his holy throne. He has the chariots of the throne of Yah, as it is written, because her hand is lifted upon the throne of Yah. He has the chariots of the throne of judgment, as it is written, but the Lord of hosts shall be exalted in judgment. He has the chariots of the throne of glory, as it is written, the throne of glory, set on high from the beginning, is the place of our sanctuary. He has the chariots of the high and exalted throne, as it is written, I saw the Lord sitting upon the high and exalted throne. Chapter 25. Othaniel, the prince of the Ophanim, description of the Ophanim. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron the angel, prince of the presence, said to me, Above these there is one great prince, revered, high, lordly, fearful, ancient and strong. Othaniel is his name. He has 16 faces, 4 faces on each side, also 100 wings on each side, and he has 8,466 eyes, corresponding to the days of the year. 2,190, and some say 2,116 on each side. And those 2 eyes of his face, in each one of them lightnings are flashing, and from each of them firebrands are burning, and no creature is be able to behold them, for anyone who looks at them is burnt instantly. His height is as the distance of 2,500 years' journey. No eye can behold, and no mouth can tell the mighty power of his strength, save the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be he alone. Why is he called Othaniel? Because he is appointed over the Ophanim, and the Ophanimah given in his charge. He stands every day and attends and beautifies them. He exalts and orders their apartment, and polishes their standing place, makes bright their dwellings, and makes their corners even cleaner seats. And he waits upon them early and late, by day and by night, to increase their beauty, to make their great dignity, and to make them diligent in praising their Creator. And all the Ophanim are full of eyes, and they are all full of brightness. 72 sapphire stones are fixed on their garments on the right side, and 72 sapphire stones are fixed on their garments on the left side. And the 4 carbuncle stones are fixed to the crown of every single one, the splendour of which proceeds in the 4 directions of Araboth, even as the splendour of the globe of the sun proceeds in all the directions of the universe. And why is it called the carbuncle, the baraket? Because its splendour is like the appearance of a lightning, barak, and tenths of splendour, tenths of brilliance, tenths of brightness, and of sapphire and carbuncle enclose them, because of the shining appearance of their eyes. Chapter 26. Seraphael, the prince of the seraphim, description of the seraphim. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, Above these there is one prince, wonderful, noble, great, honourable, mighty, terrible, a chief and a leader, and swift scribe, glorified, honoured, and beloved. He is altogether filled with splendour, full of praise and shining, and he is wholly full of brilliance, light and of beauty, and the whole of him is filled with goodliness and greatness. His countenance is altogether like that of angels, but his body is like an eagle's body. His splendour is like unto lightnings, his appearance is like firebrands, his beauty is like unto sparks, His honour is like fiery coals, and his majesty like chasmals. His radiance like the light of the planet Venus. The image of him is like unto the greater light. His height is as the 7 heavens. The light from his eyebrows is like the 7-fold light. The sapphire stone upon his head is as great as the whole universe, and like unto the splendour of the very heavens in radiance. His body is full of eyes, like the stars of the sky, innumerable and unsearchable. Every eye is like the planet Venus, yet there are some of them like the lesser light, and some of them like unto the greater light. From his ankles to his knees they are like unto stars of lightning. From his knees to his thighs are like unto the planet Venus, and from his thighs to his loins are like unto the moon, and from his loins to the neck are like unto the sun, and from the neck to his skull are like unto the light imperishable. The crown on his head is like unto the splendour of the throne of glory. The measure of the crown is the distance of 502 years' journey. There is no kind of splendour, no kind of brilliance, no kind of radiance, no kind of light in the universe, but is fixed on that crown. The name of that prince is Seraphael, H, and the crown on his head, its name, the Prince of Peace. And why is he called the name Seraphael? Because he is appointed over the seraphim, and the flaming seraphim are given in his charge, and he presides over them by day and by night, and teaches them song, praise, proclamation of beauty, might and majesty, that they may proclaim the beauty of their king in all manner of praise and sanctification. How many are the seraphim? 4, corresponding to the 4 winds of the world. And how many wings they have each one of them? 6, corresponding to the 6 days of creation. And how many faces have they? Each one of them has 4 faces. The measure of the seraphim and the height of each one of them correspond to the height of the 7 heavens. The size of each wing is like unto the measure of all rakia. The size of each face is like that of the face of the east. And each one of them gives forth light like unto the splendour of the throne of glory, so that not even the holy Cheof, the honoured Ophanim, nor the majestic cherubim are able to behold it. For everyone who beholds it, his eyes are darkened because of its great splendour. Why are they called seraphim? Because they burn saraph, the writing tables of Satan. Every day Satan is sitting together with Samael, the prince of Rome, and with Dubael, the prince of Persia, and they write the iniquities of Israel on writing tables, which they hand over to the seraphim, in order that they may present them before the Holy One, blessed be he, so that he may destroy Israel from the world. But the seraphim know that the secrets of the Holy One, blessed be he, that he desires not that his people Israel should perish. What do the seraphim every day do? They receive and accept them from the hand of Satan, and bum them in burning fire against the high and exalted throne, in order that they may not come before the Holy One, blessed be he, at the time when he is sitting upon the throne of judgment, judging the whole world in truth. Chapter 27. Radwariel, the keeper of the Book of Records. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel of H, the Prince of Presence, said to me, Above the seraphim there is one prince, exalted above all the princes, wondrous than all the servants. His name is Radwariel, H, who is appointed over the treasuries of the books. He fetches forth a case of writings, with the books of records in it, and brings it with the Holy One, blessed be he. And he breaks the seals of the case, opens it, takes out the books and delivers them before the Holy One, blessed be he. And the Holy One, blessed be he, receives them of his hand and gives them in his sight to the scribes, that they may read them in the great Beth Din, the court of justice, in the height of Araboth Rakia, before the heavenly household. And why is he called Radwariel? Because out of every word that goes forth from his mouth an angel is created, and he stands in the songs, in the singing company of the ministering angels, and utters a song before the Holy One, blessed be he, when the time draws nigh for the recitation of the thrice holy. Chapter 28. The Irian and Kadeshin. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, Prince of the Presence, said to me, Above all these there are 4 great princes, Irin and Kiddushin by name, high, honoured, revered, beloved, wonderful, and glorious ones, greater than all the children of heaven. There is none like unto them among all the celestial princes, and none of their equal among all the servants, for each one of them is equal to all the rest together. And their dwelling is over against the throne of glory, and their standing place over against the Holy One, blessed be He, so that the brilliance of their dwelling is a reflection of the brilliance of the throne of glory, and the splendour of their countenance is a reflection of the splendour of the Shekinah. And they are glorified by the glory of the 4th divine majesty, the Jerubah, and praised through by the praise of Shekinah. And not only that, but the Holy One, blessed be He, does nothing in his world without first consulting them, but after that he doeth it, as it is written. The sentence is by the decree of the Irin, and the demand by the word of the Kiddushin. The Irin 2 and the Kiddushin are 2. And how are they standing before the Holy One, blessed be He? It is to be understood that the is standing on one side of the other. One is standing on one side and the other on the other side, and one Kaddish is standing on one side and the other on the other side. And ever do they exalt the humble, and they abase to the ground those that are proud, and they exalt to the highest those that are humble. And every day, as the Holy One, blessed be He, is sitting upon the throne of judgment, and judges the whole world, and the books of living and the books of dead are opened before Him, and all the children of heaven are standing before Him in fear, dread, and awe, and trembling. At that time, when the Holy One, blessed be He, is sitting upon the throne of judgment to execute the judgment. His garment is as white as snow, the hair on his head is pure wool, and the whole of his cloak is like a shining light, and he is covered with righteousness all over as with a coat of mail. And those and Kiddushin are standing before him like court officers before the judge, and they raise and argue every case, and close the case that comes before the Holy One, blessed be He, in judgment, according as it is written. The sentence is by the decree of the and the demand of the sword of the Kiddushin. Some of them argue, and others pass the sentence in the great Beth Din in Araboth. Some of them make the requests from before the Divine Majesty, and some close the cases before the Most High. Others finish by going down and confirming and executing the sentences on earth below, according as it is written. Behold, an and a Kaddish came down from heaven, and cried aloud and said thus, Hew down the tree, and cut off its branches, take off its leaves, and scatter his fruit. Let the beasts get away from under it, and the fowls from its branches. Why are they called Irin and Kiddushin? By reason that they sanctify the blood of the Spirit with lashes of fire on the 3rd day of judgment, as it is written, After 2 days will He revive us, on the 3rd He will raise us up, and He will live before Him. We shall live before Him. Chapter 29. Description of the class of angels. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the Prince of Presence, said to me, Each one of them has 70 names corresponding to the 70 tongues of the world, and all of them are based upon the name of the Holy One, blessed be He. And every several name is written in the flaming style upon the fearful crown, the Kia Nora, which is on the head of the high and exalted King. And from each one of them there go forth sparks and lightnings, and each one of them is best with horns and splendour round about. From each one lights are shining forth, and each one is surrounded by tents of brilliance, so that not even the seraphim and the Cheof, who are greater than all of the children of heaven, are able to behold them. Chapter 30. The 72 princes of kingdoms and the prince of the world officiating in the great Sanhedrin in heaven. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the Prince of Presence, said to me, Whenever the great Beth Din is seated in the Araboth Rakia, on high there is no opening of the mouth for anyone in the world, save those great princes who are called H, by the name of the Holy One, blessed be He. How many are those princes? 72 princes of the kingdoms of the world, besides the prince of the world, who speaks and pleads in favour of the world before the Holy One, blessed be he, every day, at the hour when the book is opened, in which are recorded all doings of the world, according as it is written. The judgment was set and the books were opened. Chapter 31. The attributes of justice, mercy, and truth by the throne of judgment. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the Prince of Presence, said to me, at the time when the Holy One, blessed be he, is sitting on the throne of judgment, then justice is standing on his right, and mercy on his left, and truth before his face. And when man enters before him to judgment, then there comes forth from the splendour of the mercy towards him, as it were, a staff that stands in front of him. Forthwith, the man falls upon his face, and all the angels of destruction fear and tremble before him, according as it is written. And with mercy shall the throne be established, and he shall sit upon it in truth. Chapter 32. The execution of judgment on the wicked. God's sword. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, Prince Present, said to me, when the Holy One, blessed be he, opens the book, half of which is fire and half flame, then they go out from before him in every moment to execute the judgment on the wicked by his sword, that is, drawn forth out of his sheath, and the splendour of which shines like lightning and pervades the world from one end to the other, as it is written. For by the fire will the Lord plead, and by the sword with all flesh. And all the inhabitants of the world, those who came into the world, fear and tremble before him, when they behold his sharpened sword, like unto lightning from the end of the world to the other, and sparks and flashes of the size of the stars of Rakia going out from it, according as it is written, if I wet the lightning of my sword. Chapter 33. The angels of mercy, of peace, and of destruction by the throne of judgment, and the scribes, the angels, and the throne of glory, and the fiery rivers under it. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the Prince of Presence, said to me, at the time that the Holy One, blessed be he, is sitting on the throne of judgment, then the angels of mercy are standing on his right, and the angels of peace are standing on his left, and the angels of destruction are standing in front of him. And one scribe is standing beneath him, and the other scribe above him. And the glorious seraphim surround the throne on its four sides with walls of lightning, and the Ophanims surrounded them with firebrands round about the throne of glory. And clouds of fire and clouds of flames compass them to the right and to the left, and the holy Cheof carry the throne of glory from below, each one with 3 fingers. The measure of the fingers of each one is 800,700 times 100. 800,700 times 166,000 parasangs. And underneath the feet of the Cheof, 70 fiery rivers are running and flowing, and the breadth of each river is 365,000 parasangs, and its depth is 248,000 myriads of parasangs. Its length is unsearchable and immeasurable. And each river turns round about in 4 directions of Araboth Rakia. And from there it falls down to Maon and is stayed, and from May to the Zebul, and from Zebul to Shakakim, and from Shakakim to Rakia, and from Rakia to Shamayim, and from Shamayim to the heads of the wicked who are in Gehenna. As it is written, behold, a whirlwind of the Lord, even his fury is gone, yea, a whirling tempest, it shall burst upon the head of the wicked. Chapter 34. The different concentric circles round the Cheof, consisting of fire, water, hailstones, etc., and of the angels uttering the Kedisha, responsorium. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the Prince of Presence, said to me, the hoofs of the Cheof are surrounded by 7 clouds of burning coals. The clouds of the burning coals are surrounded on the outside by 7 walls of flames. The 7 walls of flames are surrounded on the outside by 7 walls of hailstones. The hailstones are surrounded by the outside by stones of hail, And the stones of hell are surrounded by the outside by stones of the wings of the tempest. The stones of the wings of the tempest are surrounded by the outside by flames of fire. The flames of fire are surrounded by the chambers of the whirlwind. The chambers of the whirlwind are surrounded on the outside by the fire and the water. Round about the fire and the water are those who utter the holy. Round about those who utter the holy are those who utter the blessed. Round about those who utter the blessed are the bright clouds, and the bright clouds are surrounded on the outside by coals of burning juniper. Jumper. And on the outside, surrounding the coals of burning juniper, there are 1,000 camps of fire and 10,000 hosts of flames. And between every several camp and every several host there is a cloud, so that they may not burn by the fire. Chapter 35. Actually, I'm probably not going to get through that for the video end, so I'll probably end this one now, and I'll record the next part, the final part, probably right now. So I hope you enjoyed. God bless.